Hi guys, Paulie and PABrewNews. Got another Brooklyn Black Ops right here, which is I think the second or third time I've had this beer. This is Brooklyn Black Ops, a stout aged in bourbon barrels, 11 alcohol by the volume, and I do believe they use champagne yeast in this one to give it a little bit more dryness, if I remember. Let's see, Black Ops is aged in 6 months in bourbon barrels, bottle flat, and re-fermented with champagne yeast. Yes, right, creating the flavors. That's right. They say it is vanishingly rare. We have no idea what they are talking about. There you go. But yeah, like I said, I think this is a 2017, I believe. But I can't remember off the top of my face. But I picked this up over at Maloney's in Danville. It's where I had the other one, the last one I had too. So pop the top. All right. So all the conditioning and fermentation, as it says, bottled flat, and they're using that champagne yeast to do the rest. Now, adds to a very dry finish. I'm not going to finish it all now. I just want a little bit of a big hefty beer while I just relax at home for a while and do nothing. So, up to the light, a little bit of rind of a ruby hue that pinnacle of the glass, big fluffy khaki colored head almost. Alcohol like sticking, as expected, from the 11% alcohol by volume. So here we go. Let's go news. There's like a cherry vibe to this one. Wow. Bright, peppery caramel bourbon, but almost a cherry tone too. Roasty toasty. That nice caramel. Wow. Little waft of a smoke. Little nuttiness. Smells really good. Cheers. It's a bit thin. Yes, kind of the most of the sweetness kind of complexes right there at the front. The caramel from that bourbon barrel aging. You get caramel and a nuttiness, almost like caramel covered walnuts kind of a deal. You get a little bit of that in there. A little bit of baker's chocolate. Dries out in the back of the palate. A little earthiness, roasty, toasty, smokiness. Not overblown, but there is a nice peppery earthiness with a nice kind of lively carbonation, but not overly carbonated. You know what I mean? But that that re-fermentation with the champagne yeast to give a little bit of a sizzle. Very soft, but it is there. A little bit more lively than some. It just because it gives this kind of drying in the back of the palate I can't describe. In the nose, I was getting a little bit of cherry. In the taste, there's a hint of a raisin, but it's very subtle. But it's more that big, bright caramel peppery bourbon. But it is a very nice little beer. And this is $16 a bottle. $16 a bottle, 11% Imperial Stout, $7.50. Fun times. It's a different little beer. It's a different, there's a little bit of subtle compounds. As I said, with the carbonation, with the body feel, the mouth feel, the way it is. It's nice little oiliness, but it is a bit thin. But there's just a little certain sizzle to this beer because of the yeast that they give. It just has a little bit of a different back in the back of the palate. It just has that kind of weird nuance to it, I guess. The drink's really nice. There's some raisin in the burp coming up. raisin and cherry in the burp coming up. Adding a little dark fruit to the beer. Age would do that as well anyway. But, excuse me. It is a nice little beer. Excuse me. 11% does not drink heavy at all. Just a little bit of warming here. Doesn't hinder the drinking experience at all. Very nice little beer. And I could finish this all now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait a little bit and get done with the toils. I'm not going anywhere right now, obviously, but I got a couple things on the to-do list. And after that, I'll come back and I'll finish it. So until then, this is Paul from PABrewNews. Cheers. Yeah, nice little beer. Definitely a 9 out of 10. Bye-bye. Watch that finger.